This video is presented to you by www.testprepadda.com. Dear students, in the previous session of isomerism, I started the discussion of structural isomerism. I talked about chain isomerism, ring chain isomerism, and position isomerism. In this session, I will start the discussion with the degree of unsaturation. This degree of unsaturation will help you in writing the number of isomers, different isomers that are possible for a given molecular formula. This degree of unsaturation will help you in writing the number of isomers. Now, first of all, what is degree of unsaturation? This degree of unsaturation you can see is also known as index of hydrogen deficiency, also known as double bond equivalent. First of all, hydrocarbon. If we want to find degree of unsaturation for organic compounds containing carbon and hydrogen only, what is degree of unsaturation? This is defined as the number of pairs of hydrogen atoms that must be subtracted from the molecular formula of the corresponding alkane to give the molecular formula under consideration. In simple language, if I tell you, consider the case of C4H6. This is an organic compound which contains carbon and hydrogen only, hydrocarbon. So here if we want to find the degree of unsaturation, first we will write the corresponding alkane. How many carbon atoms are there? 4. So what will be the corresponding alkane? It will be C4H10, CnH2n plus 2. Now see the difference, number of hydrogen atoms. What is the difference? The difference is coming as 4. So what will be the degree of unsaturation? This difference upon 2, because number of pairs of hydrogen atoms, and that comes as 4 upon 2, and this is 2. So degree of unsaturation in C4H6 is equal to 2. Students, please note that one double bond corresponds to 1 degree of unsaturation. This is important. One double bond corresponds to 1 degree of unsaturation, because if we want to write one double bond, then we need to remove 2 hydrogen atoms, one pair of hydrogen atoms, and that is why 1 degree of unsaturation. One triple bond corresponds to 2 degree of unsaturation, and one ring one ring corresponds to 1 degree of unsaturation. One ring, it can be cyclopropane, cyclobutane, cyclopentane. So one ring corresponds to 1 degree of unsaturation. This is important to know, because once you know that compound has got 2 degree of unsaturation, so what are the different possibilities? If you say compound has 2 degree of unsaturation, then compound can have 2 double bonds, or 1 triple bond, or 2 rings, or 1 double bond and 1 ring. These are the only possibilities for this molecular composition. Now I will try to write the different structural formulas possible for this molecular composition C4H6. The molecular composition was C4H6, and we have said that degree of unsaturation in this compound is 2. So what are the different possibilities? As I told you, it can have two double bonds, it can have one triple bond, it can have two rings, it can have one ring and one double bond. So these are the four possibilities for this molecular composition. First I'll write all possibilities with two double bonds. Since four carbon atoms are there, you can simply write this: one, two, three, four carbon atoms and two double bonds. So I can place one double bond here, one double bond here. So conjugated double bond. This is first compound. Second possibility I can write, I can place two double bonds adjacent. Two double bonds adjacent. This is another possibility of double bond. Okay. Now triple bond. So again, this is carbon skeleton. Triple bond I can place at first position. Triple bond I can place at second position. So this is another compound. Now one double bond and one ring we can write. So maximum carbon atoms in the ring 4. So 4 carbon atoms in the ring and one double bond. So I can place double bond like this. This is another possibility. What is another possibility now? I can make a ring of 3 carbon only, and one methyl I can attach like this and one double bond. Now this double bond position can be changed. So another possibility like this. Okay, now double bond position further can be changed. I can place double bond here only. So this is another possibility. Now we cannot make ring of two carbons, so these are the only possibilities where one ring and one double bond. Now another case, two rings. Is it possible to make two rings with the help of four carbon atoms? We'll try. If I divide like this, you can say there are two rings and we have used only four carbon atoms. Okay, so these are the different possible compounds for this molecular composition. Dear students, you need to note few special points like hydrogenation. Hydrogenation under normal condition is an easy method to find whether ring is present in the compound or not. Okay, if you treat these compounds with hydrogen and these compounds undergo hydrogenation, means they react with hydrogen, it implies that ring is not present. Rings are not affected by hydrogenation under normal conditions. So if the question says, write those molecular structures of this molecular composition which are unaffected by hydrogenation under normal conditions, then which structure you will write? Only this one. Only this one. So the structure which remains unaffected by hydrogenation Only one possibility here, and that is this one. Similarly, if you are asked to write those structures which can consume one H2 under normal conditions. So 1 mole H2 means only one double bond. So these are the possible structures which can consume one equivalent of H2. Okay, now if you are asked to write those structures which can consume or which can react with two equivalent of H2, so it will be either two double bonds case or will be one triple bond case. So these are the cases which you can say which can consume two equivalent of H2. Now I will talk about the degree of unsaturation for those compounds, those organic compounds which contain heteroatoms like chlorine, oxygen, nitrogen. Since halogen is monovalent, chlorine, fluorine, iodine, Cl, F, Br, I, these are the different possibilities. Since these are monovalent heteroatoms like hydrogen atoms, so these should be replaced with hydrogen atoms to find the degree of unsaturation. For example, if question says find degree of unsaturation for compound like C4H6Cl2, so I will replace these two Cl atoms with hydrogen atoms. So corresponding compound will be C4H8, corresponding hydrocarbon. And corresponding to this hydrocarbon, what will be the alkane? Alkane will be C4H10. Now see the difference. The difference is of how many hydrogen atoms? Two. So difference is coming as 2. So degree of unsaturation will come 2 upon 2, that is 1. Number of pairs of hydrogen atoms. Okay. So those compounds where halogen atoms are present, halogen atoms are monovalent, these are similar to hydrogen atoms. So to find degree of unsaturation in the compound, we will replace halogen atoms with hydrogen atoms. This way 6 plus 2, it becomes 8 number of hydrogen atoms. Now corresponding to that, we will write the alkane formula. 4 carbons, so it will be C4H10, CnH2n plus 2. And what is the difference of hydrogen atoms? It is 2. So degree of unsaturation will be 2 upon 2, that is 1. Point is clear? So this is about degree of unsaturation of organic compounds containing halogens. Now I will talk about degree of unsaturation for organic compounds containing oxygen. For example, if compound is given as C4H8O, we have to find degree of unsaturation for this compound. Dear students, please note that oxygen does not affect the degree of unsaturation. So to find degree of unsaturation, we will remove this oxygen atom and we will write corresponding hydrocarbon C4H8. So just find degree of unsaturation for this. The same will be for C4H8O. Now here, if I write corresponding alkane, that will help you in finding the degree of unsaturation. C4H10. What is the difference? 2. Difference is of 2 hydrogen atoms. That is why degree of unsaturation will be 1. Okay. And another way of finding degree of unsaturation here is just write one formula. Try to write one formula or a structure which has one oxygen with this number of carbon atoms, this number of hydrogen atoms. So I'll write this as CH3, CH2, CH2. Now you can see how many carbon atoms we have written. 3. How many hydrogen atoms we have written? 3, 2, 5, 2, 7. So now one carbon, one oxygen, one hydrogen left. So I will write C double bond OH. Now you can check. Total number of carbon atoms is 4. Total number of hydrogen atoms is 8 and one oxygen. You can see one double bond. This indicates that 1 degree of unsaturation. My point is clear. Now I'll talk about degree of unsaturation of those organic compounds which contain nitrogen. Consider an example C4H9N. This compound has heteroatom nitrogen. Nitrogen is trivalent. If we want to find degree of unsaturation for this compound, we will remove one nitrogen and one hydrogen, and we will write corresponding hydrocarbon C4H8. What will you do? Remove one nitrogen and one hydrogen. This we are doing to find degree of unsaturation. It becomes C4H8. Now write corresponding alkane. The corresponding alkane will be C4H10. What is the difference? Difference of hydrogen atoms? Difference of H atoms is 2. So degree of unsaturation will be 1. Now another way to find degree of unsaturation, try to write one structure which contains 4 carbon, 9 hydrogen and 1 nitrogen. So if I write skeleton carbon, 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 nitrogen, so I can write amine here, amine for example NH2. We have already written 2 hydrogen atoms here. So if I give 2 hydrogen here, 2 hydrogen here, so 2, 2, 4, 2, 6. How many hydrogen atoms left? 3. So 3 hydrogen atoms you have to distribute between these 2 carbon atoms. So if I give 2 to 1 and 1 to this, then to satisfy all valencies you have to write one double bond here. You can clearly see this compound has got 4 carbon, 9 hydrogen and 1 nitrogen, and one double bond is there. This indicates that how many degree of unsaturation? 1. And this 1 degree of unsaturation, once you know, you can write other possible structures of this compound. My point is clear. So this I talked about degree of unsaturation for organic compounds containing carbon, hydrogen only, containing heteroatoms like halogen, oxygen or nitrogen. Dear students, now I'll give you a general formula to find degree of unsaturation. Dear students, this is a general formula to find degree of unsaturation where this NC is number of carbon atoms. Number of carbon atoms present in the organic compound. And this is number of hydrogen atoms. Number of hydrogen atoms. This is number of chlorine. In general, we can say halogen. This is number of nitrogen atoms. Okay, as we know, number of oxygen atoms will not change the degree of unsaturation of the compound. That is why that number is not there in the formula. I'll take examples which we have already done. For example, hydrocarbon C4H6. As we know, we have got degree of unsaturation earlier as 2. If we use the formula, then what answer comes here? Number of carbon atoms I'll write 4 plus 1 minus 6 upon 2. and this comes 5 minus 3, and that is 2. So 2 degree of unsaturation. Okay, now another example, C4H6Cl2. If we want to find degree of unsaturation, then it will be, degree of unsaturation will be 4 plus 1 uh, minus 6 by 2 minus 2 by 2. This comes 5 minus 3 minus 1, that is 1. Degree of unsaturation is coming as 1. Now another example, if I take C4H8O, then degree of unsaturation will be 4 plus 1 minus 8 by 2. Oxygen atoms not there, so it will be 5 minus 4, that is 1 degree of unsaturation. I'll take another example, C4H9N. So here, with the help of formula, if we try to find degree of unsaturation, it will come equal to 4 plus 1 minus 9 by 2 minus number of nitrogen atoms. For that we will write plus, halogens we don't have, so 1 upon 2. It comes as 5 minus 4, and that is 1. So degree of unsaturation in this compound comes as 1. So directly with the help of formula you can find degree of unsaturation, or methods which I have told you to find degree of unsaturation. Students, degree of unsaturation will help you in writing different structural formulas of given molecular composition. Dear students, in the next video session, I will talk about methods to write the isomers. Thank you. This video is presented to you by www.testprepadda.com. testprepadda.com provides free audio-visual lectures of different subjects by expert faculties, free online tests prepared by expert faculties to students who are preparing for engineering or medical entrance exams or planning to take exams like KVPY, Olympiad, etc. It provides a platform where students can interact with mentors to improve their performance in the exams. The mission of this online medium is to help students to achieve their goals. Log on to www.testprepadda.com to watch free video lectures on different topics, to download free revision notes, to take free chapter-wise online tests, progressive test, and mock test, to discuss doubts with mentors. Thank you for watching the video. To stay up to date with the latest videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like us on our Facebook page, Test Prep Adda. All the best.